Ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that have been following this show since its inception back in 1988, you know that I have said when I compile my end-of-the-year award winners that there will be more movies in my list that decorate your home video collection shelf than there will be the movies that are selected by the Academy. I still hold to that today, and in fact, this year, last year, 2020, is probably the epitome of that statement. Tonight, it is our annual Best of the Year award show for 2020, and once again, I'm guaranteeing you'll have more of the movies I select as the best on your home video shelf than you will the Academy. As cinematic class is about to begin, and your professor is in. Greetings, salutations, and other sundry affair. I am your cinematic professor and the purveyor of truth in movies, and that's why I can say to you that tonight I will present to you my selections for the best movies of 2020, and you can take it to the bank that that is the truth. You know, the Oscars have come under some scrutiny. About 2 years ago, they decided to infuse their selections for awards with a very strong multicultural and diversity theme, so that a lot of people who did some outstanding work in that year were eliminated from contention because they did not fit into that theme. There was an awful lot of backlash to that approach. And that's why this year, instead of doing it the same way, the Academy has decided to instead select a group of movies that they feel will best represent the diverse community of Hollywood. Needless to say, these films all have a similar theme as far as social justice and cultural change, and the selections are being picked from this group of movies, heavily promoted, so that movies will win and they will still reflect the multiculturalism and the diversity. Will it work? Hey, I don't know. I think there might be just as much backlash, but possibly less, because a lot of the movies that were to be released for contention never were. The Wuhan virus shut everything down, and a lot of those movies were pushed back to this year, and some even till 2022. So we'll wait and see what happens. But I can tell you this, that on this show, since we've been doing it, we have never put an agenda in picking our top movies of the year. I've never said that we need so many movies with this criteria and so many with this criteria and so many with that. No. The bottom line on our movies is simple. It's the end of the week. You have yourself a few extra dollars in your hand. You want some enjoyment. You want to sit back, relax, and whether you're putting your money down for a ticket in a theater or whether you're going to put your money on top of your cable or dish bill or whatever, a streaming bill, and stream the thing into your home, you want to know if this movie is going to be worth your hard-earned dollar. Will I have a good time watching this? That's the only criteria we've ever used on the show, and it's the criteria we used even in the Wuhan virus battered year of 2020. Now, as your purveyor of truth, I can tell you it is true that if you watch any of these movies, folks, you're going to have a really good time. So without any further ado, here are the best movies of 2020.
Frank Minna, Private Eye.
Boys.
Frankly, Franco.
He's the one who taught me how to use my head, turn it into a strength. He gave me a place in this crappy world until I screwed up. You're webbed up in this somehow, and these people aren't gonna stop.
You got a head just like mine, always turning things around. Some people call it a gift, but it's a brain affliction just the same.
Do you remember what I said?
She doesn't know. She doesn't know.
What don't I know?
You're not really how I imagine an art critic would look. Can't tell me you never wanted to paint. Seriously, what did you want to be when you were a kid?
I was never a kid.
You're one of those.
On the wedge?
A liar.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do.
Most people are not what you'd expect.
You know, don't you?
I won't.
Truth.
Come on.
These symbols were created by a French secret society. If the notes were played with exactly the right pitch, they could conjure and seduce the Antichrist.
The Antichrist.
Play it.
What's your name?
Isaac. Cypress.
So, Isaac, can you tell us what happened that afternoon?
A meteorite with smoke trailing behind it appeared over the skies of Los Angeles yesterday.
Isaac, where you been? You got a minute? I want to show you something.
You're saying this is real? Are you okay?
You believe me, right?
Where have you been for the last few days?
Jimmy, be careful if you go in that way. There's no way to track you. I just want to get out there, bag my buck this season.
Where's the money?
There's tracks everywhere. We know everything about you. Go ahead, kill me.
I don't give a.
Do you remember what happened
When?
during the battle?
Every time they take a pot shot at us, they're figuring us out. When the big one comes, they'll have us dialed in. The Taliban's are here! Hundreds are coming! Our ammo depot is 40 yards away. There's everything we need to stay in this fight. Let me do this, sir.
Let's show him some love with the 120s.
You all right, mate? Come on, put your arms around me. You're not gonna die, okay? RPG! Red platoon!
Let me show you out back, and then I'll get out of your hair. The stars are insane out here.
I should have brought the telescope.
What do you need a telescope in the city for? Unless you're like a peeping Tom or something.
This will be over soon, I promise.
This will never be over.
Look, this is not okay, Charlie, all right? Stop being so calm. Everything is fine.
仰奥达往东方向移动了200公里。
这个边界的这是哪里？
这个地区是在未决定的国际中立区，警官，这是旷野。
แกนึกว่านรกเนี่ยมันเป็นเรื่องของเทพนิยายงั้นเหรอ
Hey,
You've been putting your camera where you aren't supposed to.
You're a psycho.
I need you to listen very closely. March 14th, 2015, a first-hand sighting. Susan Klein's disappearance. March 15th, Dana might still be alive. We're not gonna have another chance like this.
It's a 50 each way, right? So how deep in the woods are you? Should I know how to fight a bear? There have actually been some disappearances lately. Do you think someone killed them? You never know what's out there.
Years. You haven't seen what I've seen.
So, this cave.
This thing belongs to Ford.
The shaft.
It goes way down.
Ready?
See at the bottom.
The cave's filling up.
The river must have burst its banks. We're gonna be in the water whether we like it or not.
Hello? You've been out for days. Do you know where we are? Do you know what happened to us?
Morning. Hello. I want to welcome you to my own little piece of paradise.
Oh, we'll be all right. We'll be okay.
Pain means you're alive. These Mongols will spare no one.
Be the one who unites us against the Mongols.
Sacrifice yourselves, and you will save your families.
It's a privilege to die honorably. And if we are to die today, I would gladly die for you!
Though they are still searching for the origins, experts are now saying the outbreak is likely spread by blood contact.
What's happening to my arm?
We don't know yet.
Good God, what is that?
He was the only one like this at the scene.
Begin emergency management protocol, quarantine anywhere that this man has been.
Run, you! Run! They're gonna hunt you! Hunt you to the end of the earth! Hunt the
You have a very special nature. One we've worked hard together to unlock. Pull me out.
I need to know. I need to know what she's done to me.
It's become a danger.
Where is she? Come out or I'll do it!
Sometimes that small thought is all it takes to lose control.
You just lost a big son!
What's the job?
I'd like you to kill Santa Claus.
I've come for your head, fat man!
Dashing through the snow on a one-horse open sleigh.
You think you're the first?
All the fields will go.
Think I got this job because I'm fat and jolly?
Laughing all the way. Jingle bells. jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh.
How come while you sleep, the fat man's got his eye on you, kid?
The enemy has more men.
Protecting innocent lives is our duty.
Everything in here was stolen, and they put me in charge of finding out who took it and who sold it to the Nazis. This was just found in Goering's hidden collection. It's a Vermeer. It's a capital offense. They're shooting people in the streets. This is your chance at redemption.
And yet I am sensing that perhaps it is you who needs redemption.
Why do you care so much about this man?
It's not the man, really. It's the fact that he's innocent.
Well, there you have it. Those are the movies that will be worth your entertainment dollar. You know, there were a lot of movies in there that were very novel concepts of themes, characters. A few of them were Fat Man, Proximity, The Rental, Monstrous, Alive, Monochrome, which was very, very clever, and Possessor, which is Cronenberg's son, Brandon, David Cronenberg's son, Brandon, his first foray. Excellent movies with very novel approaches. And one thing you'll notice, perhaps it's because, we were all closed in and I got to watch a lot of these movies, not in a theater, but in the privacy of my own home. I actually had some dramas in there. They're usually scarce on my list of best movies. Motherless Brooklyn, Burnt Orange Heresy, and The Last Vermeer were all excellent movies. Very, very enjoyable. Now, you're probably going to sit there and say, well, Professor, there are some movies being considered for Oscars that did not make your list. And yeah, you're probably right. They didn't, because they did not open in Pittsburgh by the end of December. I remember back in the day, my old pal Ed Blank, who was a film critic for both the Pittsburgh Press and the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review, would always use December as a cutoff date. If the movie didn't open in the Burgh by December, he never considered it for end-of-the-year awards. Originally, I thought, geez, that's a little rough. But this year, it is especially essential because the award show have been bumped back. Now, the Critics' Choice Awards from the Critics' Choice Association, of which yours truly is a charter member, we normally have our award show in January, the first week of January. Now, we're not having it until March. So, yeah, there comes a time when you got to say, here's where the deadline is. I cut mine off at the second week of January. I gave it a few weeks, a little bit of a bonus. But all those movies were available to all of the audience here in the Burgh from December on back. And I hope I almost hate to tell you this, but for as many good movies there are, yes, there is the flip side of the coin. There are some movies that are absolutely god-awful, and there were a few of them. Folks, these are the movies that if you spend money to watch them, you're going to kick yourself in the butt afterwards saying, why in the world did I waste my time and money? Without any further ado, the worst movies of 2020.
A lot lately. My dad passed away. It's a shame.
8 months ago.
So we came here.
He's still here.
Here's to here. You lose a parent and the ticking gets louder. Every day is all we have.
We have, yep.
Powerful.
I don't understand why there weren't any warnings posted anywhere.
There was a warning.
What?
Posted at lifts, gondolas, hotel receptions, restaurants, shops, bars, soda machines, toilets.
We didn't see any of that.
Well.
I You made me feel in control.
I'm right here.
I just wanted to make you happy.
You get back here with my kid!
I did something unexpected today.
You're killing me! I don't give a Let me out!
How you feeling? We got this. I got this. You know, these people at this party, they got Henrik Shepard's last 3 plays produced. All I need is the first one.
You'll feel better soon, darling. What do you want, Dad?
Is there anything that I can help you with?
You want to help me?
This is what happens when you bring drugs into my town!
How's she doing?
She keeps on kicking. She's okay.
Any ideas how we're getting out of here?
I don't think we should get out of here.
It's not really much of a plan. We're gonna freeze in here.
And you don't think we're gonna freeze out there?
And we have light. I just need you to trust me.
Is it the baby? What is it? What the hell is wrong with you? Naomi, stop! Do you want me to lash into you?
Get off! What did you do to me?
You expecting someone?
Hello, Jane.
You okay?
I just have this feeling I'm going to die tomorrow.
But how do you know?
I just know. Okay, so you don't know.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
I just thought for a second when the lights went out that was it.
She did this. I'm not ready.
You're embarrassing.
And you're exhausting.
I paid our rent. I paid for Ben's school. I bought you a car. I bought you a horse. I paid for construction on your barn.
You're delusional.
I'll make money for us.
For us? It's not for us. It's so you can go to fancy parties and tell people we have horses.
For the first time in years, I feel worthwhile. I feel powerful.
You're a poor kid pretending to be rich. We don't have any friends here. We don't have any family. What does it matter so much to you?
Because I deserve this! And I deserve a lot more!
Whether I turn out to be the hero of my own story, or whether that station will be held by anybody else, these moments must show. My boyhood days seem now like a scarcely believable fiction.
Kite time! Kite time!
But this narrative is far more than mere fiction. It is, in fact, written memory. And you'll have quite the ride on the way.
Well, there they are. Those are the worst movies of 2020. Hopefully you followed my reviews and did not make the mistake of spending your hard entertainment dollar on one of those turkeys. Say, you know, sometimes you have to watch what you wish for. Yeah, you do. A little while ago, I did a review of a movie called Black Pumpkin. It was an independent horror film, and, you know, I kind of liked it. It had all the elements that make a good horror movie and put it together. And in that review, I said, wow, this Bloody Bobby character is really a good character. I'd like to see him again. sometimes you got to watch what you wish for. Just to kind of spark up your memory, here's a look at Black Pumpkin.
Diablo's Den has been the setting for pretty much every tall tale campfire story in Fall Creek Valley.
Hey! Whoa! What are you doing back there?
I'm doing a documentary on Diablo's Den for school. Who's up there?
What's going on?
We wanted to see if you guys want to go up to Diablo's Den bonfire tonight.
Anybody that has lived in Fall Creek Valley long enough has heard the tales of what went on up there over the years. That Fall Creek Valley is being haunted by an evil demonic spirit known as Bloody Bobby. Parents are gonna find their kids in the dark chanting, as if they're trying to channel his spirit. They're gonna hear their kids whispering, "Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby, Bloody Bobby."
Now, about 6 weeks after I posted my review on Black Pumpkin, lo and behold, Bloody Bobby comes back again, and The Legend of Fall Creek. But there's a caveat, my friends. The Legend of Fall Creek was actually the first Bloody Bobby movie. Black Pumpkin was the second. Woo. They should never have released the first movie. And how anybody saw the first movie and thought, geez, we need another one like this? Well, you know what? In order to find that out, you probably would have to talk to the man who created the character of Bloody Bobby, the demonically possessed child who kills people on Halloween. And that's exactly what we did. On the next show, I will talk to the director of Black Pumpkin and the creator of the character Bloody Bobby, Ryan McGonigal. We'll be here in front of our cameras and we'll talk to him about what happened between the first movie and the second movie, and it's a very interesting tale. You don't want to miss it. Plus, you know, I keep telling you, I'm here as your purveyor of truth. February shows it. 28 days in February, and I brought to you 19 brand new movie reviews. Hardest working film critic in the business. It's all contained in the February movie wrap, and that segment can be found on all of our social platforms, including Facebook, YouTube, Parler, which is now up again, and of course, Rumble. You be sure and check it out. And you know what? I'll also put it up on LinkedIn for you too. There you go. So we're covered on all bases on this thing. It's a good little capsulization of the movies that came out in February and which ones are worth your entertainment dollar. And I know we're a couple of shows in already in this brand new year, but I promise you, coming soon, it is the rebirth, the re-debut, if you will, of Rex Real. And now that you have learned what you have learned, here endeth your lesson.